trap, baby, I ain't leaving. Beat the ball with a bat like Beanie Siegel. Sliding.
Yo! Welcome back to the trap, man. Hey, we here with another video. It's not a body cam video. We got... Hey, I just found this channel out. The title was crazy, so I just had to click on it for y'all boys. Make sure y'all go ahead and get at... If y'all see me wearing the same stuff, it's because it's the same day. Make sure y'all get at the last video I just dropped. And how y'all messing with this? It's a new little format I'm doing. I'm gonna do another new one. Probably like in two or 3 weeks, I'm gonna do another new format. But if y'all like this, y'all let me know. You feel me? If not, I'll change it. I'll change it back to the OG. You know what I'm saying? The 2016 vibes. But, yeah, we finna dive into this video. Y'all get what y'all need to relax, because you know I got mines. And yeah.
I lost my mind. I was only drunk because I didn't have no food. Nobody cared that I didn't have food. Y'all just kept giving me Patron.
Because I
Patron?
Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was to talk to nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that bitch on my level. She ain't do nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around me.
And you've been bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You married this nigga, I'm blowing this head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
Because she finna marry somebody? Bro, these niggas be tripping, bro. Over some pussy. You know what I'm saying? You wanna smoke? You wanna go back to jail over some pussy, bro? Are you kidding me? You do need to go back.
We've all seen those glamorous influencers online. The perfect lives, the luxury, the constant stream of picture-perfect
They definitely don't have perfect lives. They just show perfect because it's a highlight reel.
moments. But what happens when the cameras go dark and reality comes crashing in? For Tiffany Natifa Wade, reality wasn't just different. It was far worse than anyone could have ever imagined. On October 7th, 2023, what began as a typical day for Tiffany took a horrifying turn. She was at a barbershop with her young son, simply there to get him a fresh haircut. But in a matter of minutes, that ordinary day turned tragic. Her ex-husband, Armand Hilton, stormed into the shop, enraged and volatile. Seconds later, loud bangs rang out and Armand was seen bolting out of the barbershop, disappearing down the street.
This nigga wearing a shirt dress.
What could have driven Armand to commit such a horrifying
Niggas be... Bro.
act? And how did Tiffany's seemingly perfect lifestyle play a role in her death?
Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I told you stop throwing.
Hold on, let me read this. He was on a rampage. I was scared as shit after I was alone in Miami. When he started calling me, I don't know that. I have anything on my phone hurt me.
If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. That's what I'm telling you, because that's what my mindset. I will go there.
Whoa, he said that's my
Social media
mindset.
influencer,
This
40-year-old
nigga is
Tiffany
crazy.
Natifa Wade. Life seemed picture perfect.
Why she even mess with a dude like that, though? Like, come on. Y'all want me to do better, be smarter. Why the fuck you messing with a dude like that?
Her social media feeds were always
And
filled.
then, like, it be dudes like this. This is my last time pausing the video, by the way. But it be dudes like this. And these niggas like, bro, that's the only girl they can get, bro. He know he can't get nothing better than this. That's why he crashing out that hard. It's never this serious,
Glamorous
bro.
photos and videos, heartfelt posts about resilience, and glimpses of her successful businesses.
This shit's sad,
She
man.
had captivated thousands of followers with her rags to riches story, inspiring people to follow their passions and chase their dreams. But behind the filters and carefully curated moments was a dark and dangerous reality she couldn't hide forever. Her volatile relationship with her ex-con husband, Armand Hilton, whose love had turned into resentment and obsession. Natifa, as she was fondly called by people who loved her, had worked hard to create the life she shared online. From Philadelphia, Natifa had always known she would be successful as long as she worked hard for her success. And she did. Natifa owned multiple businesses she constantly posted online. She had a home care business she named Kisses Care.
Look at her.
She not no broke female that just, you know what I'm saying? She going out and go get it. Respect. She not waiting on no nigga.
She also had a wig business she named Kisses Armor Hair Extensions, as well as several other businesses she ran. You see, Natifa believed in herself and knew she could do anything she set her mind to. So if she had an idea, she didn't give up until she made that idea come to life. Social media was her tool of success. She made a lot of money influencing other brands and modeling and influencing for her own brands and businesses. She never stopped working. She worked very hard, but she played harder. Natifa believed in balance. She didn't think working should take up a person's whole time and space. She felt relaxing was important too.
I mean, that's because niggas only work because they need money. Look, bro, nobody needed money, nobody would work, bro. I promise you.
She shared even more of that on social media. Her social media pages were filled with photos and videos of her living it up, taking vacation after vacation and sharing them with her followers. She was an influencer.
We used a Spectrum savings calculator before. I learned that since we're existing Spectrum Internet customers, we get a mobile line for a year.
And that's what influencers do.
From
motivational posts to behind-the-scenes glimpses of her success, she made it look like she was thriving. But not everyone was happy about Natifa's success. Her ex-husband Armin Hilton was not happy that Natifa was thriving while he remained locked up in jail. The more she shared, the angrier he got, until one day he couldn't take watching Natifa thrive anymore, so he paid her a visit. By the end of that visit, Natifa was dead.
Wait, that was one at the...
I told you, stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. All right. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. This is what I'm telling you, because that's my mindset.
And I'm pretty sure she went to the police, bro, like, because she recorded. She recorded for no reason. I don't even know who she was, but I'm not going to say that, like, because they said influencer. So I don't think she did YouTube, but she didn't do this for IG. That's what I'm trying. She didn't do this for clout. You know, you get what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she went to the feds about this, or for police, and they did nothing, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. Sometimes police don't do shit until it's too late, bro. That's what I hate about the police sometimes with these DV cases. Or when a boyfriend, girlfriend, drama, and one of them end up dead.
When Natifa met Armand, she couldn't have imagined he would have been capable of the horrific things he would come to do to her. When they met, they were in love almost immediately. It pretty much felt like a fairy tale for Natifa, and she thought she had met the man she was going to spend the rest of her life with. A man she didn't have to compromise her lifestyle because he lavished her with money too. At some point in their relationship, Armand started buying properties in Natifa's name. The properties were meant to show Natifa the depth of his love, how much he was willing to do for her, and they worked. Natifa had fallen more in love with him than she ever did with any of the men she previously dated.
He bought properties in her name? Is it? I take it back to broke dude, because I didn't know his pockets like that. I just assumed that's me for assuming. He not broke. He got money. He had money, whatever, right? He just really loved the girl, bro. And even though that's a good thing, it's bad once you not in a relationship and you doing crazy shit like this. You threaten to kill her. That's not love at that point. You know what I'm saying? So
everything about Armand seemed perfect, starting with the fact that he seemed to have dropped into Natifa's life at the perfect moment. She had not been lucky with the men she picked in the past, and after 3 children, she was ready to give up on men and dating when Armand popped into her life. Everything else seemed to fall into place after that, or at least that's what she thought. What she didn't know was that Armand's over-the-top gestures weren't just a display of deep affection, they were also an insurance of sorts. His source of income wasn't clean at the time, and buying properties in Natifa's name kept the properties safe in the event he was caught. It also meant Natifa would have to be in his life forever, or at least that's what he thought. He thought everything he did for her would be enough to keep her with him, but once he—
If you think that, you're stupid. She got 3 kids and ain't with the baby daddy no more. So why you think buying her shit gonna make you stay with her? Like, come on, bro.
He was arrested and sent to prison. The scales fell off Natifa's eyes and she realized she had been played by Armand. She quickly filed for divorce and moved on with her life, focusing on her children and businesses.
But see, like, the thing is, you didn't even know how he made his money. Y'all don't even talk about that, how you make your money. Like, you don't gotta, I get you probably not worried about money, but at least still, you know, ask questions.
But unfortunately for her, good news has a way of traveling fast, and it wasn't long before Armand caught wind of the kind of lifestyle Natifa's willing, and he was furious. At this point, he had spent years of his life behind bars paying for a crime that had torn his marriage apart.
That he did.
And what made it worse for him was that while he served his sentence, Natifa rebuilt her life, channeling her energy into her children and influencer career.
Why would she die?
And found love again with another man. Nitifa had slowly started to post the man to her social media, just like she posted parts of her life, and somehow the photos and videos she posted of her new man found their way to Armand in prison. He was furious.
I'm about to say, how the hell you see that in jail? But you know, jail they got phones and shit now. But bro, you weird. This nigga, you in jail, bro. What is she supposed to do? You in jail. I'm not. But you wouldn't wait for her in jail. You wouldn't. Why would she? Unless it's like a month, 2 months. You would probably be in there for like a year or something. We don't know how long he was in there. You know what I'm saying?
That she would dare move on from him after everything he had done for her, so he called to demand she stopped flaunting her relationship in his face. Like I said, Armand was in prison at the time, so Nitifa didn't think she had anything to worry about. But the more she posted her new man and her luxury life, the angrier Armand got. When she wouldn't do as he said, Armand resorted to threats. He threatened to unalive her new man if she didn't stop flaunting him in her face, and threatened to unalive her as well. Nitifa was unbothered by Armand's threats after all. He was in prison and could not touch her. In response to his threats, she decided to post more videos of her man. She doesn't post his face just in case it got to Armand, but she was not shy about posting the huge rock he put on her finger.
Hey, this nigga crazy, dog. Why are you still stalking
Armand
her,
Hilton
bro?
was absolutely furious when he found out that Tiffany, his ex-wife, had gotten engaged. After everything that had happened between them, him being locked up...
Niggas really be mad with their ex-wife doing this shit. Like, bro, y'all losers, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Niggas who be like that, losers. Unless you and your ex-wife cool like that, it'd be different. If y'all cool like that, you joking, okay, whatever. Well, threatening her is not joking. That's dead ass. But, you know, whatever. But... y'all not cool like that. That's not y'all relationship. Y'all don't got that type of relationship. So you just weird, bro.
Up the money he believed she'd stolen from him, and all the years they'd spent apart. This was the final straw. It wasn't just that Tiffany was moving on. It was that she was moving on without him. And that idea seemed to set something off in Armand. He couldn't stomach it. He couldn't accept that she was happy and building a future with someone else while he was left in the past, stuck in his anger and resentment. So, he started calling her, over and over, and with each call his anger seemed to grow. What had probably started as some frustrated messages about their past quickly turned into something darker. He was no longer just upset, he was threatening her.
Bro, what's with this B-roll footage?
Bringing it up.
The reason I said whatever is because he keep threatening to kill us.
Now, I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing his fucking head off on everything I love.
Wow.
I'm going back to prison.
Armand could not bear the thought of sharing Nitifa with another man.
He said going back, so he's not in prison no more. Well, that's always how he did the shit. But
his jealousy turning to obsession in no time. When Nitifa didn't do what he wanted, he asked for all the properties he bought in her name back, thinking that would pressure her to give in to his demands, but it didn't work.
Did she give it back?
Nitifa refused to give the properties back because he purchased them for her, in her name. There were gifts.
That is true. She don't have to give nothing back. You bought it for her in her name. Why would she give it back, bro? And then the niggas be like that, like you already spent I get that's your investments, bro, but you probably messed up the relationship, bro. You get it? You get what I'm saying? It was probably you who, I don't know. I wasn't there. But she seemed like she want a relationship, bro. And she want to be in that type of lifestyle, bro.
And she didn't want to return them. This didn't go down well with Armand, who called with more threats.
Get the fuck out, okay? I told you stop throwing in my face. If this is what you want to do,
I think you're trying to say what?
Stop throwing it in my face. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. This is what I'm telling you, because that's my mindset. I will go there.
When he realized the threats didn't work, he changed tactics to begging her to take him back. He would call her several times to tell her how much he missed her and their lives.
How you gonna threaten her? How you gonna threaten to kill her and her nigga, and then call like, oh, I'm begging for her and shit? These niggas is crazy. So I'm talking about, if any female y'all watch me, any females, bro, y'all gotta watch these crazy niggas, bro. Niggas who say they crazy, believe them, and don't think that shit cute. I don't know why y'all females think that shit. Oh, I want me a crazy man. Why? You're stupid. If you think like that, you're stupid.
Together.
Stay the hell away from me. Well, I got moms. You know what I'm saying? But stay the hell away from me, Steve.
I miss the whole everything.
But at that point, it was too late. Nitifa had already moved on. Armand was unwilling to accept that, and what he did next sent shockwaves through the city of Philadelphia.
This was in Philly?
When Armand realized his threats were not working on Natifa, he moved on to her friends. He threatened to unalive one of her friends until she told him she hadn't spoken to Moved on to her friends. He threatened to unalive one of her friends until she told him she hadn't spoken to Natifa in a long time.
I snap on it because I look at you different. Why the
Speedy literally goes whatever way the wind blows you.
about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was the talk nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that ain't on my level. She ain't the fuck nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around that.
After the threatening phone calls, she took to her social media to post about his threats. She wrote, "Speedy, you went out sad, bro. I never thought you would be out there recording men in jail, or me, or calling or pillow talking. I thought you was a real man. I am ashamed. Damn." Armand was threatening everybody at this point. He sent Natifa several threatening messages like, "Thought you was gonna get away for trying to play me like you played me, bitch. You don't know who the f*** are you. I'm a psychopath. I don't have to wish I'll do it. I'll get it done or get it done. This is what you don't understand." At this point, Natifa was scared, but still consoled by the fact that she was way out of his reach until he was released from prison. At around 1:48 p.m. on October 7, 2020...
She should have been looking at this nigga's release date. She should have been, bro, like, on it. And then soon as the day before he get released, go to the police and show him his video and and videos and the clips and shit. That's what she should have did, or just showed him off the rip so this nigga can get more time, bro.
Officers were called to a barbershop at the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue. The suspect was said to have opened fire inside the shop, hitting a woman in her torso and her head. By the time first responders were inside the shop, hitting a woman in her torso and her head. By the time first responders arrived at the crime scene, it was too late. The victim, who was later identified as Natifa Wade from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, was pronounced dead at the scene at 2:04 p.m. In cases like this, the first thing investigators do is look at surveillance tapes at the crime scene, hoping they can find any cameras that caught the perpetrator. Sometimes they find enough clues to make an arrest, and other times they have to work the case even harder, working it from multiple angles to get to the perpetrator. But in this case, they didn't have to try all that hard. You see, there was a camera right outside the barbershop that records everyone that goes in and out of the shop.
There's no cameras in the barbershop?
A quick look at the footage told the cops a lot more than they bargained for. In the footage, a man was seen running out of the barbershop, a firearm in his hand. He ran as far as he could, but he could not outrun the cameras. Once the investigators had what they needed from the footage, they spoke to the witnesses at the scene. They were told Natifa, who was a frequent client at that barbershop, had taken her young son to get a haircut on the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue around 1:48 p.m. As Tiffany and others were inside the barbershop, a man entered, furious and intent on violence. The suspect, later identified as her ex-husband Armand Hilton, opened fire in the shop, hitting Tiffany in the torso and head.
Police have identified a suspect in connection with a deadly shooting inside a North Philly barbershop. 44-year-old Armand Hilton is wanted for murder.
44 years old, bro. 44 years.
Robbery and related charges. Police say he shot and killed Natifa Wade inside a barbershop on Lehigh Avenue on Saturday afternoon.
The details of the shooting were harrowing. According to authorities, Armand's attack seemed calculated, his rage explosive. He had known Natifa was going to be at that barbershop and came prepared. Investigators quickly turned their focus to locating Armand, who was considered armed and dangerous. The Philadelphia Police Department issued a warning urging the public to stay alert. They also started a manhunt with the homicide unit and law enforcement agencies working together to track him down. The authorities begged for anyone with information on Armand's location to come forward, offering a $20,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest and conviction. The tip line was flooded with calls, but Armand was still nowhere to be found, and he continued to evade capture for days, further intensifying the public's sense of fear.
I ain't gonna snitch on that nigga because he did kill an innocent woman for no reason because he's insane. I'm snitching. Nah. I'm snitching. I will fuck. I'm snitching.
Urgency. As the investigation unfolded, Tiffany's tragic death began to reveal more than just the horror of the moment. People started asking, what led to this violent act? Was this just a random outburst? Or was there a deeper, more complicated story beneath the surface? Tiffany had built a life in front of the camera as an influencer, creating a persona that many admired, even envied. But behind that curated image was a personal history that may have played a key role in the events leading to her death. Her relationship with Armand Hilton had been tumultuous. marred by issues that were perhaps kept behind closed doors, but eventually spilled out into public view. They had been divorced, but clearly old wounds ran deep enough to push Armand to this horrifying act. As investigators dove deep,
he just can't get no other girl, bro. Like I do believe he loved her or whatever. Dead. Emphasis on the dead. Now he just hate that. But he killed her. Ain't no way you love somebody you killed. But like, bro, like he just couldn't get no other woman. That's why he was so fixated on her, because this the girl he had for years. You know what I'm saying? They was married. He had her already. This is a girl he had. She popping. You know, she did, she that. You know, whatever. He put money into her. So there's all that, but as also he can't get no other girl. No other girl will want him, bro. That's why he's 44, man. I mean, I'm not saying 40-year-old niggas can't pull. They can't bag no females, but he can't. He's insane. He's an ex-con. He's this. He's that. He's that. Bro, no girl want him, bro. He's damaged goods. Simple. This nigga's damaged goods, bro. He came out of prison, going back into it, my nigga. He's damaged goods, bro. And it's like the system kind of do that to you, but he was already like that.
At Armand to do what he did, they found out something shocking. Armand had claimed to many people that Nidifa had stolen from him. He claimed the properties he bought in her name weren't meant to be hers, but for her to keep safe. It's unclear exactly how much money was involved, but it appears that the financial betrayal might have been what set off Armand's rage. No. As investigators pieced together the puzzle of Nitif's life, it became clear that she was more...
Because he didn't care. He didn't care when she had it and they was with each other, or he was in jail before she popped out with the dude. He didn't care. He didn't give a fuck. But now, since she don't want to be with you no more, after you threatened her, she don't want to be with you no more. Now you want to smoke her. Now you want the properties. Now you want to, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is petty.
More than just a social media personality, she was a mother, a woman trying to navigate her own world and make a living, but also caught in a deeply troubled past. This story is far from over. Authorities are still searching for Armand, who is now wanted for murder. He remains at large, and anyone with information about his whereabouts is urged to come forward. The community, shaken and grieving, is left with a painful...
bro. What do you mean, still? When this is 4 months ago. Still? Ain't no way this nigga... What? Anyway, y'all let me... Hey, if y'all got some news about this, let me know, bro. Hit me in the comments, bro. Y'all let me... you know what I'm saying? I want to know about this. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. You be...